Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten. I have a reading for you based on what's going on right now with Trump and currently in the government. I had more for you, but I'm kind of having one of those months where I'm not really connecting strongly and intuitively with the cards like I like to. And when that happens, I don't want to give messages I'm not sure about. So, you're going to have to ride with me the next couple of weeks, and understand I may not be posting a lot. But that's only because I don't want to just put something up. I want to give you quality. But anyway, so that being said, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share my videos with your friends and invite them to subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, please join me on Patreon, or you can donate on my homepage. And please leave your comments. I really enjoy reading your comments. I may not be able to reply to everyone, but I do enjoy reading them and appreciate your support. Anyone who does not like my message, just click off. Just go to another channel. I'm just not the reader for you. Okay, that being said, let's begin the reading. I'm using my 12 Chairs Tarot. I've got 4 cards. This is the event. This is who or what's involved in the event. This is Trump's most likely action or reaction to what's happening, and then this is where the situation is headed. Okay, I have clarifiers, and I've got some outcome cards and a couple another question that I asked at the end of the reading. So, like I said, we come into the new year in a government shutdown. I predicted the shutdown, but I did not predict correctly the duration. I thought it was going to be hours to days. Here we are in our second week. And it's crazy, isn't it? Trump is really a fool. But here we go. So let's start the reading. We got the Knight of Cups here. As an event, I feel like this could be Trump. It could also be Mitch McConnell, but mainly I'm seeing it as Trump calling for negotiations to reopen the government. And he's building this fantasy picture of a wall, making an offer. And also I feel like this is Trump threatening to call a national emergency. Either Trump or McConnell wants to make a deal, has an interesting offer that they feel will attract or entice the Democrats. Something possibly to do with the dreamers, as the Knight of Cups can be a dreamer. It's a calculated offer, as clarified by the scholar reversed. But it's a promise that will not be kept. This guy does not keep his promises. And he's willing to say whatever you want to hear to get you to go to bed with him, just to describe the energy of the card. This is someone who's willing to say whatever you want to hear to get what they want. Same energy is implied here. So I feel like this is saying that an offer, a negotiated offer on Trump or McConnell's part to the Democrats will wind up being a promise not kept. Also, there's a promise not kept to Trump's constituents. This wall, the Eight of Swords, is a promise that's not going to be kept. You can't trust this Knight, the card is saying. You can't trust this message that this Knight is giving you. And you can't trust this Knight's promises. This wall is not going to be built. Someone is saying that to this Knight of Cups. The wall is not going to be built. Eight of Swords. Here's a more traditional version of the Eight of Swords. You see she's surrounded by swords, but they look like metal slats, huh? Here, it's glass. You can see through this wall. It's not really a wall. But anyway, back to this Knight of Cups. He's digging in. You can't appeal to this guy with any kind of reason or logic. He's ruled by his emotions. He's ruled by his vanity. He's ruled by external forces that are coming for his ass with this Tower card here. And he's ruled by these ruthless, cold-blooded, evil geniuses that he cannot refuse. So these talks are talks where you can't take the other party serious, because you're dealing with a dangerous psychopath. You're dealing with someone who's not thinking straight. You're dealing with someone who can't stay on point with their message or their purpose. You're dealing with ruthless, calculating people. And ruthless, calculating people feel it wise to lie to this guy. Tell him what he wants to hear. So, it's just a real slime fest. It's just a real swamp. And Trump is sounding more and more demented every time he makes a speech. It's clear he doesn't understand the arguments others are making, and it's clear he does not understand how government should work. Just to give you a little bit more feedback on the scholarly verse and his meaning, this is someone who you cannot trust, and he's describing the character of this Knight of Cups, which is Trump or McConnell. This is someone you cannot trust. They have ulterior motives. They're extremely selfish and calculating, cold-blooded and ruthless, with no scruples. They'll do anything to get what they want. They're in the wrong profession. They make bad decisions. And this is someone who will plot revenge down to the tiniest detail and wait years to act it out. So beware, Nancy Pelosi. You're on his shit list. This is a dangerous psychopath, and the cards are warning us to be wary of this person in charge of our country. And in business, it tells us that there is an impasse, and serious decisions need to be carefully made. As a personal description of who we're describing, this person has low self-esteem. They feel dejected, and they use their mind and their intelligence, which is quite genius at times, for wrong purposes and for evil ends. They don't really understand what they're doing, and they can't cope with reality or with outside circumstances. Their promises will not be kept, which will cause a trouble in their relationship with their loved ones, their devoted, their base, a falling out of love, and a falling out of trust. They'll see. But some will still believe what they want to hear, right? The Queen of Cups, she believes what she wants to hear. So anyway, that's just to describe a little bit about who we're dealing with, and the mentality of the person, which I believe is definitely Trump. So who or what is challenging Trump? He's the event. He's caused this event. He's caused this shutdown. Who or what is challenging him? We have the Eight of Swords. This is a more traditional view of that Eight of Swords. I just wanted you to see the metal slats. And it's clarified by the Despair card. Both women are crying in this section. So I feel like Trump is frustrated. He can't get what he wants. He's refusing to face the facts. He's refusing to face reality. This wall is unrealistic. I mean, it's not even a real wall. You can see right through it, right? It's an illusionary wall. It's just I mean, 1 minute it's concrete, next minute it's slats. And others are saying, you're not going to get this wall. You're deluded, and you're deluding others with a sense of fear. You're appealing to a mass sense of fear. You're creating this false worst case scenario and spouting these words, invoking emotions that just are not true. And he's trapped now. He's trapped in this predicament that he's created. He's trapped in this predicament by this woman and this man. Could be Pelosi and Schumer. Could be some other woman or man. Okay, because remember, I read in layers, and I'm reading the emotions. So this can apply to several different situations going on in Trump's scenario, all right? He feels trapped in a predicament with a woman and a man. And by this illusionary wall that he created, or that was created actually by calculating men to appeal to the fears of his base. And others see him as trapped. And others feel trapped as well. They feel victimized and held hostage by this illusionary wall. this threat of national emergency. Okay? I mean, what are we dealing with? Are we dealing with a dangerous psychopath? I mean, now he's threatening to call a national emergency to build the wall. And this is tyranny, right? It's raising a lot of questions. And it's really up to Trump. The ball is truly in his court. To compromise and to take what he can get. To get out of this predicament that he's in, that he's put himself in. But both the Scholar reversed and the Eight of Swords talk about being at an impasse. And decisions need to be made very carefully. There's just a doubling down on the fear tactic, on the fear factor. And I feel that we're toying with some dangerous, unpredictable energy or a dangerous, unpredictable psychopath. I know that's a harsh word to use, but that's the description of this card when he's reversed. This is an evil genius. So despair, clarifying this Eight of Swords, talks about really bad news being received. So Trump could have received some really bad news. Whatever it is, it's going to have a negative emotional impact on the querent. Also a negative emotional impact on those who feel held hostage by this wall, the government workers. But mainly let's talk about Trump. I feel this is bad news coming towards Trump. And this card specifically says there's little hope that one's friends or sons will come back or come out of this alive. Right? So, those who are helping him, those who are supporting Trump, they may not survive politically this shutdown. And something that is going on behind the scenes, maybe with his sons or his children, his daughter, they may not come out of this alive. So there's some sort of other layer of information going on here outside of the shutdown. Some news that Trump has received, and it's looking bad, possibly for his children. Maybe his sons, something having to do with Trump Tower or the Trump businesses. And I can't rule out, because both of these cards, this talks about a violent attack, possibly violence, domestic violence, a domestic threat, a threat on government land or soil. Whenever I see a house, I think of the government, I think of the country, I think of the White House. So it's saying a possible violent attack on the country, but that may be just what Trump is designing, the story that he is telling, the picture that he is drawing for his constituents to inflame their fears and get their support for this wall, and to call for this national threat or this national emergency threat. Because I definitely see the energy of that, but I feel like it's just his story that he's telling, okay? Trump is having trouble adjusting to the change in government right now, and he's in a humiliating position, and he's looking for a way out, a way to save face. Describing his actions or reactions, we have the Queen of Cups. So he's definitely in his emotions. Extremely sensitive. I feel that there's more fear coming from this Queen of Cups in this deck than another Queen of Cups, that this is more of the negative side or the shadow side of the Queen of Cups just based on how she looks on the deck, on the card. She's very fearful and frightened. But I feel Trump's action or reaction is very much in his emotions in this negotiation. He's dealing from his emotions, and he's reacting badly to his inability to get what he wants. This Eight of Swords, this frustration. He feels trapped to the influence of calculating men, and also this man and this woman, which could be Schumer and Pelosi. Or some other man and woman. I clarified the meaning of this Queen of Cups because she's confusing me a little bit as Trump's action or reaction, and I got the conversation. So this could be a woman who's interviewing Trump this week, or a woman who's helping him, advising him, or healing him. And I've seen in other cards, Trump might be seeing a doctor right now, possibly to help him cope with his anxiety, his mental stress, or a mental disorder. Some sort of disorder. So Trump, I feel, is under a doctor's care, although we may not know that. This could be talking about a woman who is helping him. Maybe that blonde woman, I forget her name, I'm sorry guys. The one who's kind of in charge of border security, the southern border security, the blonde woman with the lizard face. She may be giving him some advice or some support to supporting his argument for a national security threat. And then I feel like a woman is also party to providing a solution to this shutdown problem, and that could be Pelosi. I do feel like Trump is taking some advice, maybe from, because two cards fell out when I clarified the Queen of Cups. I also got Allegrizia. And this always makes me think of Jared and Ivanka and Trump Jr. So I feel like Trump is taking some advice, maybe from Ivanka and Jared, regarding the shutdown. Or this could be that Trump is in his feelings and he's concerned about his children over some Trump Tower business or properties involving foreign lands or foreign travels. I clarified again, and I got the female consultant. So I definitely feel he has some woman in his corner who is helping him support this fear threat, who is giving him advice. And there's a woman who's got him backed into a corner that he's very fearful of, and that's probably Pelosi. So let's go to this national emergency threat here as depicted by the tower. Is this real? Is this for real? Is he serious? Because this is where the situation is headed, and the tower is never good. I clarified it, and I got the widower. And the widower, you know, I always see plots and schemes when I get the widower. So it's saying that this threat of calling a national emergency is just a plot, it's just a scheme. And it's also saying it's going to backfire in your face, Trump. if you carry it out. I clarified again, and I got the male consultant, which is, could be someone advising Trump to not do this. And it's possible another advisor or lawyer on Trump's team could be resigning soon. There could be another resignation coming soon. Because this is a card of resignation, the widower. So, this could also be a lawyer of Trump or a former lawyer of Trump. Next to this prison card, I'm feeling this could be it doesn't have to be a lawyer. It could be someone who advised Trump in the past, or it could be Cohen. It could be anyone who advised Trump in the past. There's some sort of sentence coming, a prison sentence coming, that's going to hit them really hard. It's going to hit them really hard. And as a result of that, this person here may have to do something that they dislike or regret, because this is someone who has regrets. Because they've been left out in the cold and they don't have any other choice, they may give up Trump's son or daughter. And that might be why Trump is so concerned. Because someone may give up his son or daughter that gets them in trouble. Serious trouble. So, as a most likely outcome where this shutdown is headed, I'm kind of using these three cards because they kind of just laid out together. So I'm looking for the most likely outcome to this shutdown, where it's headed. I feel like a woman provides a solution to the problem. This could be Pelosi. All eyes are on this woman. And there's celebration and support. She has the support of both sides. Both colors are supporting her. And then there's a regretful man as a result. This could be Trump or someone else who just has to be resigned and accept their fate, that they can't keep their promise. There's failure here. There's loss. And if he carries out his threat, there will be serious blowback. He is being warned and advised. So I asked again, how much longer, I asked again, how much longer for this shutdown? How much longer is it going to take? And I just was not able to get a card with any kind of duration of time. The only cards that I kept getting out was cards that said that Trump missed his opportunity. He missed his opportunity. He missed his opportunity. And it's likely to go on until the situation begins to hurt people financially. It has to really hurt their pockets. And it has to hurt his party politically before it comes to a grinding halt. I do feel like Pelosi will give him some money, but it will be in exchange for something having to do with the Dreamers or DACA. And then that will reopen the government. And maybe something also having to do with health care. So she's definitely going to negotiate to, in a practical sense, she's willing to give him some money, and I feel like she will give him some money in order for him to save some face, and to bring this to an end. But I feel like it's going to take a little while longer before we get to that point. I feel like people have to really demand it. And then I asked another question. I asked, how will this affect the GOP who are running for re-election? How will this shutdown affect them? And it says that it will wind up being a very humbling and humiliating experience for them. Their cowardice and self-interest is going to be called out by their constituents, and it's going to lose them a lot of support. So that's the reading that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I think that this is just going to be a week of shutdown news. I do see the stock market taking another sharp fall, and I possibly even see, I don't have the cards in front of you, like I said, I'm not really connecting, and I don't want to make it official, but I also see Trump debating quitting. I see him debating quitting. And I feel like that the Mueller report is coming soon. But I'm going to look into Mueller next. I just want to see what he's planning, or what's most likely going to happen this month in January, from his perspective, what Mueller's going to be coming out with. Is he going to finally submit that report? So that's the next reading coming up, guys. And I thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your support. And Happy New Year to everyone. I pray that you have a blessed and positive New Year, and that all your success, all of your endeavors manifest. Okay? God bless.